Hi guys, it's Tanya from 4Girls Jewelry with a quick tutorial how to make this elongated leaf. It's supposed to be leaf. I just make it asymmetrical and more modern and abstract. This morning I made a couple more pieces. I want to show you because you can use different gauges. Also, you can make them different length if you wanted to. Could be probably very good bracelet if you make it as a part, as a middle component, and add a chains. Probably today I will make some very tiny one and make it earring. So I will use, instead of, because I use here very thick wires, instead of thick I will probably use 21 gauge wire for the as a base, and maybe 26 for wrapping, and any gemstones that you want, you can use for those earrings too. So let's see what we need for this project. I will use today jasper, the snake skin jasper that I use in all of them, and I will use the wire 24 gauge probably, and any wires that you have in your stash that will be a thick as a base. Let's see what we needed. Okay, so we need any 3 pieces of wire that you have. All those previous necklaces I did from a scrap wire I have left over. I always like to use, I have a huge box, and whenever I make something that doesn't need to be perfectly you don't need specific amount of wires, I always take that box and use it. So I have tons of jewelry made from leftover wire, never throw anything. But I got today these from new wires, so let's see how long they are. Also, you can use different thicknesses of wires, wherever how you feel. So we definitely will need like 4 inches, 4.5 inches long probably for that kind of element, for that long, because this element is, let's see, it's basically 2.5 inches long, because you will need all those extra wires for your swirls. And I measure my weaving wire, it was almost 6 feet long without like an inch. So it's a reference what you needed for this kind. But if you want a longer, you need honestly longer wires, more weaving wire. If you want to make it something smaller, will be less. So let's see how we started. It's very simple. You take one wire and I anchor it on one side like twice. Any weave you want to use, I will just use something simple as like a, I don't know if it's even basket woven or whatever, how you call this, but I just anchor on all wires, like once here in the middle and then 2 here, and then I always go, if the wire goes from the top, I go underneath and just wrap here. If it's from underneath, goes on top, and it just goes same way. So underneath, go to top, and on this way. So again, the wires from the top, you put underneath, wire wrap your middle wire once, again wire go up, and twice here, and you keep going like that. So let's see, I left a room between the wires. You don't have to measure it, but it's just as a reference so you can see my spacing. So it's like almost an inch all together. See, that's the length. And I will use all my 6 feet long wire. It could be fiddly, but it doesn't have to be perfect. That's the beauty of this project. It can be just free form, and you just keep going. It's like a little meditation. You take your wires and you just wire wrap. I will come back to you because I don't want to show you how I wire wrap all the time. It's the same thing, guys. So I hope it's understandable. You can use any other weave that you want for this project. It doesn't have to be this one. It could be any how you want it, because that's the beauty. You can make it that it will be your own piece. Let me finish it and come back. Okay, so I'm done. Make sure that when you wire wrap that those wires not so tight to the main one, that you can a little bit, oops, that you can move them at least a little bit. Mine probably is tight, not just so what we want to do now is playing with the shape. I usually I use heat, I use torch, so that's why it's like dark, but then it will be flexible for you to move them. So whatever when you finish, I always finish in the middle, like this wire that is here. That's where we want to tuck it in. So the middle wire will be the end of your weaving wire, right? Okay, so it's one. Then we have other end, and I will do the same here. Like 3-4 times, nicely tuck and cut. Make sure it's not scratching. Okay, so what we have here, and then you can do, usually I try to bend it, like bend in one way. Looks very crazy, but it's okay. And we want to make sure that it has a line when you wear it. It will be going still like this swirl, and this has to be sort of line up. So that's the main one. This and this, they need to be a line up, because they need to be something that hold our bead on the back, on the bottom, and then this will be the top. And then you want to make a swirl. So you can also use your torch and make a little bubble here. So what I do is I just start making the swirl a cut. That way you will not have that P shape, but you will have nice round shape. This is one. Then you can do, because I make different ones different way, you can wherever where you want to put your swirl. See, all of them a little bit different. Here I put it inside, also here inside, here is outside. Depends. You can also do in this piece, we can put inside the one. So let's start on this one. Cut the little piece. That way you will have a clean, nice here the second one. Then we need to think about the bottom. I wanted to use let me do this way. So just spend your time and look how decide how you want it to accessorize also, because you will add beads. So if you want to use like beads on this side, you might use swirls that it doesn't have to be symmetrical at all, but it's just your creation. Okay, one more. It's very easy. If you feel it's too long, you can cut a bit. And I will add it, this one also up. It will be facing outside. Oh, let's see. Okay. So that's the one. Now we needed to add the top. When you work with the copper, your hands always like getting black because of the oxidized, or after using torch it's also black. I usually don't do anything. Okay, one more. And you will need definitely a hammer. Then let me quickly hammer it. So you can hammer less or more if you wanted to. You just quickly hammer. Also, when you decide that your piece is like, because now at the stage when it's still flexible, you can move, you can push it, you can move a little bit, you can mold your piece to extension to the point that you really like it. I like to play. I like to sometimes just it's forgiving. You can go back to the same shape if you wanted to. But when you're happy with your shape, when you decide that this is okay, this is perfect, I like that, then you take a rubber mallet. It just beat a little bit. You can make holes, like in this piece I made hole, and then you can put bead inside, so you can like easily make it like something inside here, and then you can put bead in there, right? So you can just decide where you want to decorate your piece afterward, because we needed to add some gemstones. You can add on the bottom, somewhere there. I just did whatever. There is no rules, and any beads you want to use. It looks nice because it can add a little something, little colors to your element, as well as can be more complete, I can say. Okay, so now I needed gemstones, and we need a piece of wire, not very long, and I will show you how I decorate mine. So I probably will do bigger bead here, and it doesn't have to go inside, it could be from that point up. So you just add, let's see, we'll probably start from this angle. Okay, so let's see, anchor somewhere. You can do 2-3 times. It can go between your wraps, so if you tight nicely between previous ones. Words will hide. So you cut a tiny bit. And I want to add one of those. It can be like this. And then you can just wrap it around the bead. And anchor it somewhere. Because it was bead that the wire that I have from other project, you probably have kinked, and that's why it's just broke. So I have a whole long wire now. It's just a small piece. Okay, so we have one. I might use different color for other side. Maybe something more green. Okay, save those. I will just chop it here. This can go to my little box. Okay, and we have green one today. Add it on the other side. I like to put the bead a little bit higher like this, go inside in the hole. Then I like to, when I put it on top, I like to just wrap many times, as long as you feel like it's enough, like let's say this much, and you can anchor it back to your main piece. Okay, so see, I have like two now, so you can add it. I really would add it one more here, one gemstone here or something. You can decorate how you want. You can add it, but these adds a little bit to the main piece too. Just want to share and show what I create. So decorate how you want. You can flatten your wire more, like in this piece. I also use a torch, but I don't know which one is it now. It's definitely not this one. Yeah, this one I use a torch. You can use torch and make a little ends with a little bubble here. I hope you guys like the project and you can make fantastic stuff. It's always nice to add some components to your jewelry, because they make your stuff very unique, and people like unique pieces. They don't want the same kind of jewelry. I noticed this from my shows. Whenever I have something different than the other artists, it always brings a lot of people and they really enjoy it. I think it's for today. I'm done for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I will wait for your comments and any question. If you have, just leave in the comments below, and I will try to answer. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, guys. See you next Tuesday.